This is Dr. Phil Chavez of the Men's Academy. Right now I'm at Rose Hill Cemetery in Whittier, California. And right below me is the gravesite of one of my heroes, the Reverend Richard Wurmbrand. Brothers, one of the most moving Christian movies I've ever seen is called Tortured for Christ. The true story about Richard Wurmbrand, a Lutheran pastor who stood up to the communists in Romania. On August 23, 1944, 1 million Russian soldiers entered Romania. The communists took power and began a nightmare of rule. Wurmbrand says, "Communism stripped them from any form of humanity, and they sank in unspeakable depths of cruelty. Darkness ruled their every action." Atheism became the official state religion in Romania, and to proclaim Christ openly was grounds for arrest and torture. Spies were everywhere. Church leaders had a choice: oblige the Soviets or suffer persecution. And so Wurmbrand writes, "The communists convened a congress of cults for all ministers, pastors, and rabbis who were all deceived. The congress was broadcast across the nation. The aim was to convince the public of the communist intent to cooperate fully with the churches. Religious leaders, one after the other, came to the podium and assured communist leaders of their cooperation with the church." At this meeting, Richard Wurmbrand sits in the balcony with his wife, and she says, "This is madness. They're spitting in the face of Christ." Glaring at her husband, she asks, "Will you not wash away this shame?" Wurmbrand responds, "You do know that if I speak now, you will have no husband." And she responds, "I do not need a coward for a husband." Initially shamed, Wurmbrand goes to the mic and boldly proclaims Christ. He receives a great applause and quickly exits. No one else speaks out. Later, Wurmbrand pays a great price. And he says, "I spent all but 14 years in prison," he says, "for many of which I did not see the stars, birds, or even a butterfly. And I still love the communists, the Russians, with all my heart. They can kill Christians, but they cannot kill our love." Later he said, "My feet were beaten so often and so brutally, I would never walk normally again." Wurmbrand eventually emigrated to the United States with his family and relocated to Torrance, California. He died February 17, 2001. Brothers, regarding the corruption and depravities widespread in society, what will you respond if your wife asks you, "Will you not wash away this shame?" Brothers, I hope you have a good answer. God be with you.